Okay, it's been a long, long winter, hasn't it? And the hands can't be doing any cooking because there's nothing coming out of the garden. Well, okay, they're cooking with frozen, but let's do something fun. You must have stacks and stacks of newspapers saved up from all your winter reading. Let's make good use of those newspapers and get started on our garden. I'm going to show you how to roll a paper pot today. And yes, we had a pot party at our house and we rolled a bunch of paper pots, but I have 2 seeds or 3 seeds in every pot, and I'm going to separate a few of them out, so I need some more pots. So take the folded edge of one sheet of newspaper, Bismarck Tribune, European broadsheet, fold it in half naturally. Take the fold, put it next to your waist, fold it up to the edge of the type. Do not use shiny newspaper or the colored ads, just regular newsprint and soy-based inks. But bring that folded edge up to the end of the copy right there. Take this wonderful little piece of PVC pipe, 84 cents. If you buy a big piece of PCV and you cut it up into little 3-inch sections, that's fine, but this has a nice edge on it. Won't cut your fingers when you use it. Lay it against that folded edge and just begin rolling. Now you don't want to roll too tight, because if you do, you're going to end up not being able to pull the PVC out. So you just want to kind of loosely roll. It's easy to stay straight. Pick it up, looks like that. Take that folded edge, the thickest edge, and bring it in. You want to bring in the seam side first so that it gets covered up with the second side and the third side and the fourth side, and just get that all pushed up into that pot, just like that. Give it a little roll on the counter. I have this great piece of wooden mallet that I use for choke cherry juice, and it really works good to pack that inside of that pot down. Now don't forget to pull out the piece of PVC, then take the seam side first and fold down that lip on the top that's not so thick. All you have to do is fold it down, give it a good crease. And once they get wet and they start, if this starts coming apart, just give it a little rub, because it's just like paper mache, only without the glue. Now, if you have little kids doing this and they absolutely need that to stay down for them, you can either put a little piece of tape on there or maybe a little paper clip there. But there, look at that beautiful pot that you have right there. We're going to put it in there, and we're going to roll one more real quick. Separate the newspaper out. Fold towards the belly. Fold it up to the end of the type. They couldn't have made this any easier. Put the piece of PVC along that fold. Start rolling, gently rolling. I rolled them very tight when I first got started. Never could get that PVC out of there. That's a bad thing. Okay, I'm using, for a soil mix this year, okay, fold in the bottom. I'm using 1/4 peat moss, 1/4 vermiculite, and 2 or 1/2 of that mix would be regular potting soil. Now you can buy potting soils already mixed up, but you do want something a little lighter than dirt. So vermiculite, peat, those kinds of things. Okay, pull that out. This one's thick. I must have accidentally used 2 pieces of paper, but we're going to fold the top down. They get wet. They hold the moisture. The tomatoes love them. They're totally biodegradable. You can put them in your garden at the end of the year, or at the end of growing season now when they go out to the garden, put them into the garden. Make sure and bury the tops. You can rip the bottoms off. You do whatever you want. But they're great. They're biodegradable. Nothing could be easier. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of dirt and fill those 2 pots, and then I'm going to show you how I separate these plants. I mixed our soil in a great big container, and I got a rogue peat pot here I'm going to use. This will absolutely, you don't want to pack it in there, but when you water it, it will sink, so you might want to give it a little shot of water and see where it ends up. I'll put a hole in there for my plant. Ooh, yeah, look at that water going in, draining away. It's nice and soft and fluffy. The plants are going to love it. They're going to need some light, though. And it's a little cold on the porch because there's no sunshine. Got that one really perfect pot there, boy. Yeah, ooh, it smells like dirt. Awesome, awesome. We're going to actually redo all these, or not redo them, but we're going to separate them. So I've got a full tray of plants. And of course they're gonna go into under the lights. I keep them under fluorescent lights for 24 hours a day right now because there's no sunshine. Okay, so this was my little plant marker here. We have one little lone tomato, and these are tomato plants. And some of them are actually got, 4 to 6 leaves on, which is awesome. They grew quite quickly this year. So I'm going to loosen with my little end of a spoon. I'm going to loosen all the dirt and pull them out. They don't like this all the time, but it's better than being crowded in there. So I'm going to take one, I'm going to stick it down deep into that hole and just tuck it in just like that. I'm going to take another one. Ooh, you guys are doing me proud. We're going to stick it deep in the hole. We're going to tuck it around just like that. One more. Okay, we got those all separated out in their own little pots. So then we want to put this one back that we displaced. Tomatoes don't mind being buried. Whatever's underground will become root. Let's see, we don't have a pot for this little sucker yet, so we're going to put it here with this one. This one here just doesn't seem to have really good dirt in it. So we're going to put that in there because he doesn't look like he's doing so good. So we're going to give them a buddy, and then they can compete for sunshine, food, fertilizer, whatever, and let the strongest man win. We're going to add a little bit of soil to the top of this pot. Get a little bit of fluffy soil because whatever's in there is pretty yucky. Yeah, I got him dirty. He doesn't like that. I'm going to pull that seed off of there so that, come on, wake up, open up. Sweet. Okay, so now we have a couple in here. We're going to separate these out, but first we have to roll more pots. So get out your newspapers and join me. The hands are ready for gardening. See you next time.